Hi, I'm Brett. I'm Bill.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Laura.
And I'm Stephanie, and I'm here to talk to you about drinking and driving. Drinking and driving is a serious problem. It kills people and ruins lives, and is something that needs to be seriously addressed. Each driver needs to be aware that there are specific consequences to drinking and driving, and that each person needs to be aware of their own actions. Statistics show that every 45 minutes someone is killed by a drunk driver, and 3 in 10 Americans will be involved in an alcohol-related crash at some time in their life. There are 2 charges associated with drinking and driving. The first is a DUI, which is a charge of driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol. In states where a DUI is considered an alcohol-related offense, it is sometimes considered a lesser charge than a DWI. A DWI is driving while intoxicated. This means driving with a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or higher. Either way, all 50 states in the U.S. have a legal driving limit of 0.08, but each state treats offenders differently. With a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or higher, a person is 11 times more likely to be involved in a fatal crash than someone who has had nothing to drink. According to Maryland DUI/DWI laws, a first drinking and driving offense can cost a person up to 2 months in jail and a fine up to $1,000 and a license suspension of a minimum of 6 months. Has anyone ever had a DWI or a DUI?
No, we haven't.
I have.
How about driven drunk?
I had driven drunk. Never
Yes.
caught.
Okay.
No comment.
Well, according to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, a first-time drinking and driving offender, on average, has driven 87 times drunk before getting caught.
Right on target.
50 to 75% of people whose license have been suspended continue to drive. A second offense will get a person up to a year in prison and a suspended license for a minimum of 1 year and up to a $2,000 fine. And that doesn't include court costs, what it costs to pay for your lawyer. Okay. Does anyone have children under the age of 21?
I do. I have 4.
Okay. How about kids that are just starting to drive? No?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, the Century Council reports that in 2008 there were 11,773 alcohol-rated fatalities. Within those, 1,510 were involving those not even legally allowed to drink alcohol. They were under 21. While 1,510 is a low, 4 people under the age of 21 die every day in alcohol-related accidents. Alcohol-related fatalities have gone down 44% since 1982, but drinking and driving is still a problem because people are still dying. Drinking and driving is a problem with an easy solution. There are many ways in which we can reduce the number of alcohol-related accidents. There are police checkpoints. Police checkpoints are roadblocks set up by the police in order to catch drunk drivers. There's a lot of controversy surrounding these checkpoints, whether they're actually effective or not. But according to the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, the key to deterring drunk driving is increasing the public's perception of getting caught. So if you think you're going to get caught, you're less likely to do it. Studies for the Center for Disease and Control found that sobriety checkpoints consistently reduce alcohol-related crashes up to 20%. It's also easy enough to call a taxi. There are even businesses centered around preventing drinking and driving, including free taxi rides on holidays like New Year's Eve and St. Patrick's Day. And while I was researching this, I found there are actually people that you can call that will come pick you up for a small amount of money. Even if it's not free or it is expensive, you're doing yourself a favor by not driving drunk and getting home safely. If things don't change, more people will die and insurance rates for others will continue to go up. Drinking and driving will continue to go up and down. In 1982, it was way up, the number of deaths, compared to 2008. But in order to completely eliminate the problem, there needs to be stricter laws and harsher punishments for drunk driving, or people will continue to die unnecessarily. Drinking and driving, it hurts everybody. It is inevitable that the insurance costs will go up because young drivers pay more in premiums than anybody else. And with the amount of alcohol-related crashes and normal-related crashes, it's just going to get worse for people who are just beginning to drive. Everyone needs to be a responsible driver. You as a driver are responsible for yourself, and when you drive drunk or under the influence, you're putting your life in risk as well as the people driving next to you and around you. If you plan on drinking and driving, or if you plan on drinking, think ahead. Plan a designated driver. Make sure that you know how you're going to get home at the end of the night. Don't risk it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the cost. It's not worth, the jail time, and it's not worth living the rest of your life knowing that you've hurt somebody else. Are there any questions?
Yes, is there a way I can keep my kids from drinking and driving?
There is a way that you can help your kids not drink and drive. As a parent, you can set up your own rules for them. There are parent-driver or parent-student contracts that you can print off the internet, and you can have them sign that. You can limit your teens driving at night. Set strict curfews for them. And you can also restrict the number of people that your child rides with. It's been proven that a lot of accidents happen because they are distracted by other people in the car.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. You sound just like any